Good afternoon. Is this loud enough? No? Can you turn it up a little bit? Okay. So are all the plans made for tomorrow? Well, I was just kind of lounging around over here the other day and went by the coffee shop, and I just happened to overhear some folks talking about, I assume they were thinking about Valentine's Day. Anyway, they were bragging about their kids and how attentive they were. The first one, I wrote it down so I'd have some notes. The first one said, "My Freddie, everyone should be so lucky as to have a son like my Freddie. Once a week, he brings me a huge bouquet of flowers. He's constantly bringing me out to restaurants to eat. If I so much as hint that I want something, the very next day, it's sitting on my doorstep." Yeah, very nice to have a son like Freddie. But Gertrude said, "With all due respect, when I think about the way my Samuel takes care of me, I just can't compare. Every morning, as soon as I wake up, he greets me with bacon and fresh eggs, freshly brewed coffee. Every lunch, he comes over and cooks me a gourmet lunch. And every supper, he brings me to his house for supper. They truly treat me like a queen. Sorry. Well, says Barbara, I don't want to make any of you feel bad. But wait until you hear about my Harry. Twice a week, he pays somebody $200 an hour just so he can sit on their couch and talk about me." I won't mention who it was. We're glad you're here today. It's always good. Do you realize when somebody's missing, it leaves a void? Because every one of you have a different thing you bring to this whole meeting. So I'm glad you're here. Got some good things to tell you. Let's ask the Lord to be a part of what we're doing. Thank you, Lord, for what you are, what you do, and I ask that you would continue to be a joyous partner as we communicate and we fit into this community. We are so grateful that we don't have to worry. You have taken care of our past. You are taking care of our present. And you have already dealt with our future. So in you, we can have peace and joy and rest. So bless this event and all that goes on. And this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hi. Can you hear me if I'm from here? Okay. Okay, if you don't know me, I'm Elisa. I teach the exercise classes, and I teach you how to use the exercise equipment in the fitness center. So just another reminder, if you want to use the exercise equipment and you have not been trained, please let me know and I'll train you. And so I'm up here to give you guys some wellness highlights. So this month, on Wednesday, February 27th, Mark from Joyful Sound Hearing, that's here in town, will be coming. So if you need your hearing aids or your hearing aid batteries checked out, this is your opportunity. And that is the 27th of this month at 2:30 in the Village Apartments private dining room. For March, we are going to start off with our monthly blood pressure checks. That's Tuesday, March 5th at 3:30 in the private dining room in the apartments. So if you want to get your blood pressure checked, please come to that. On Thursday, March 7th at 3:30 in the Cascade Commons, our rehab department is going to have a presentation about medication management. So if you come to that, you're going to get some guidelines, tools, and tricks to help you independently manage your medications. And lastly, I've had a few of you guys mention to me that you would like to take some CPR classes. So I'm happy to say that we have one scheduled, a CPR training. So that will be next month on Saturday, March 9th, and the class will be from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock in here. And it's going to be taught by a local paramedic who's been teaching CPR for 12 years. And so after you take this training, you'll be CPR certified, and it'll last 2 years. And if you'd like to participate and get certified, it's going to be $55 a person. And I have the sign-up sheet, so if you're interested, you want to make sure you're in the class, let me know, and I'll put your name down. And that's all I have.
If your blood pressure's not high enough, come about 10 minutes earlier, I can fix that for you.
Hi, everybody. Wow, it's good to see everybody out today. I want to say thank you to all that were able to come on last Friday to the sock hop and make it such a fun event. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I have a few things for February that I just wanted to highlight with you. This Friday is our trivia night, and I've put the categories on Odyssey, but if you do not look at Odyssey or have Odyssey access, I'll go over the categories. So this Friday at 6:30 here in this room, Cascade Commons, we'll do our trivia night, and our categories are automobiles. So I will show a picture of a classic car, and you will need to tell me the make and model of the car. And the year, if you know. Aviation is another category. And we're going through the states from A to Z, so this month is California. Then we'll do all about February, and we have winter weather as a category. So if you want to kind of study for that, feel free, or just come and take your chance. Okay, and next week on February 20th, it's a Wednesday, we are going to Dallas High School. They've invited us to see the final dress rehearsal of Hello Dolly. So we are full capacity already for that sign up. So thank you for your enthusiasm and your excitement for this production. So we'll be doing that next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And I wanted to remind you guys about the German Baptist singers. Some of you have mentioned that maybe you weren't aware or you just found out about them coming. They come once a month on a Sunday, and it's usually the 4th Sunday of the month. And so their next visit will be Sunday, February 24th at 6:30 p.m. here in the Cascade Commons. That's the German Baptist singers. And then I just wanted to give you a little heads up for our first event in March. So Friday, March 1st, at 6:30 in this room, Cascade Commons, one of our residents' daughter and her husband, they've been here before to do their travel presentations on their different trips that they've taken. And this month, they will be sharing their trip to Japan with us. So if you're interested, please come and join us. So thank you.
Anybody heard any good jokes lately? I don't have one, so. But I kind of am going to count on this guy to show up with one every time because he's pretty darn funny. So, but if I hear a good one, Lori, I need your help, okay? She told me the last one that I shared with you guys. I'll promise I'll bring it and I'll share it, okay? All right. So before I start on this, just a little bit of stuff we're going to cover. I did want to just mention a little bit about projects that are going on around the campus. As you can see, the roofing is getting close to being finished on the health center. Goodness, I think everybody up there will be happy to hear the pounding stop. So, and that's really kind of about it, other than we're going to just start maintenance schedule stuff. So we'll be having that building pressure washed. Window washing is going to start right after that as well. So we're going to begin with the assisted living facility because it did not actually get done at the end of last year in preparation for the siding project that was going to start. So we'll start with them, move right to the health center because the pressure washing will be completed there too, and then we'll start getting to the other two big buildings down here and around to the garden homes. So, okay, that's about it for now. So this was something that Tracy and I have worked on here recently, and it's just the beginning of some things we want to share with you folks and so on, just basic guidelines that kind of relate to communal living in the sense that you live in a dwelling that is attached to somebody else's dwelling, and that can potentially have an impact. So, and it's really true of everything in independent living, certainly the village apartments and the lodge residence building, but the garden homes as well. There's only a handful of them that are standalone houses. Almost everyone is a duplex or a fourplex style. So potentially what you're doing in your home can have an impact on someone else. So with that being said, I wanted to share a few points from this. We're going to be adding some things to it at the next oncoming town halls, and we'll talk about a few more points. Okay, so first slide here. Just let folks kind of read through that. Definitely health and safety, our highest concern here for everybody. Unit living, like it says, where dwellings are adjoined, it has potential to impact everyone. So some simple guidelines that we just want to kind of put out there and ask people if you can keep these under consideration most of the time. Okay, so as it says here, heat sources and so on, covering heating and cooling vents should be avoided whenever possible. So while these don't potentially really present a fire hazard of any kind, it does impact your the efficiency of your HVAC systems, and it's really true in all of the apartments or homes of that kind. Additionally, opening your door, especially if you live like the village apartments or the lodge residence building, and trying to take advantage of some exchange from the hallway into your apartment doesn't really work. Because everyone's home is a standalone system of its own, and then everything in the corridor is running its own thing too. So you kind of got them competing against each other. So just something to keep in mind. Really not going to gain anything by leaving the door open, but if you're not getting what you need from that, let us know in maintenance right away, and we'll see what we can come in and adjust. Okay. So for those places that have like a cadet style heater, and this really we're primarily talking about the village apartments primarily. It's not really a cadet, but it is that same style. A lot of those have an infrared heater source of some sort in it, so you don't want to put anything really right up against it. Again, very unlikely it would catch anything on fire, but it can overheat the unit enough that it could potentially pop or create a hazard there as well. Again, the good advice, don't ever put anything inside a vent or a heater or HVAC system of any kind. You never really know what kind of internal parts are right behind that grate, okay? Especially those little heaters I was just talking about. There's a little squirrel cage motor right behind that grate, so those are moving parts, and you don't ever want to stick anything inside of that. Very important about thermostats. They need to be wide open with nothing obstructing them. That's the thing that's telling your system to come on and off. So if you push a dresser up in front of it, or hang a picture over it, or anything like that, which most people would never do something like that, but if you do, again, it's the thermostat's the sensor that tells the system to kick on and off. So you want that free and clear, and able to sense the system as it's moving. Okay, that's the joke. There we go. That's it. Keeping your homes free of tripping hazards. Well, it's the most safest thing for you. Obviously, it's safe for anybody that comes into your home. So, just be real careful about draping cords across, walkways and so on, or newspapers, clutter, things of that, nature and so on. Just tripping hazards are always a big concern. Sometimes folks will run a cord underneath a throw rug of some sort. Not the safest thing to do. It's often done to protect people from tripping. It's actually kind of creates a tripping hazard because it's a bump right now in the middle of the carpet. Okay. So this one's just kind of a good rule of thumb for anybody. We have a great connection with our emergency medical services here in town, and they get here right away if anybody needs a hand. So you kind of maintaining your home in a way that they can get in there quickly and safely to help anybody is super good advice. Okay, so thinking about maybe, just your corners, your spacing, your furniture, and the way you have your apartment set up, is plenty of room for a gurney and those personnel to potentially come in if they had to do that. Okay, I think this is our last slide. In addition, you've got, service people to come in to help you out with stuff. So you have maintenance folks, like folks on my team. We have our housekeeping services. So, they can be impacted too, depending upon how your home is set up. So just kind of keeping that in mind. Excessive amounts of furniture, clutter, things like that, makes it a little bit difficult sometimes for folks to come in and do their job and help you out. We'll move things, we'll get things out of the way if possible or if necessary and so on. But again, just kind of keeping those kind of things in the front of your mind here as you're enjoying your living environment, that service personnel will have to come in and they want to be able to help you too. So, I didn't put that on there, that's not mine. And that's all I got, folks. So I'm going to have to go to the next person. So thank you.
He's like, yeah, it's you. See, I didn't have my noisemakers today. I don't know what I'm doing. You guys missed the noisemakers this month? Not at all. They're like, no, we didn't like, okay. I take direction well. Okay, so my name's Hillary. I am the Director of Life Enrichment. And this study here, the Age Well study, is something that DRV's been participating in over this last year. Tammy was actually the one who spearheaded it last year, but it's done through Northwestern University. And there are actually 52 residents here at DRV who participate in this survey. And they are looking for more people to participate. Coming up this next month, March 15th is the last day to sign up. And we will have these surveys available at the back, and we can also direct you to the website where you can sign up to be part of the survey. So what this is, go ahead to the next slide. And the next one. Okay. What they're trying to learn is, does living at a life plan community, such as Dallas Retirement Village, lead to better health and well-being? What are residents' beliefs about the impact that life plan community living has on their health and well-being? And which factors predict which residents will thrive? So what they've done over this last year, they've had these, they've had 52 people. Sounds like there's been 52 people here, but there's been over 5,000 people involved in this study. So what they've done, they've just recently come out with the first year results just came out, and the good news is life plan community residents tend to have a greater emotional, social, physical, intellectual, and vocational wellness than their counterparts in the community at large. So well done, you guys, right? So that's a good thing to know. That coming here is actually really good for you. Residents also report significantly more healthy behaviors than older adults in the community at large. Not just more exercise, but more healthy habits for intellectual health and spiritual health and social health and all those things combined. And 69% of residents reported that moving to a life plan community somewhat or greatly improved their social wellness as well. So that's a beautiful thing, and that's the decision you guys made to come here was a good decision based on these reports. So why should you participate? If you're interested in being part of this, because the more people that participate, the greater the value is of the results. So go ahead to the next one. You'll have a chance to participate, be part of an effort that can improve your life plan communities nationwide. You'll receive annual reports that provide a better understanding of the impact of living in a life plan community, and the benefits of participating far outweigh the effort involved because it's a very simple, check boxes that you're filling out. Go ahead. So the process is easy. Again, we have these available if you want to sign up. If you're already involved in the study, you should have already received this next year's packet. If you haven't, you can either go to their website or you can come get another form from us. We only have so many of these, so if you can go to the website, it's all better. And you just complete these, you drop it in the mail, and it's no fuss, no muss. In subsequent years, surveys will be mailed directly to residents who then use the prepaid, pre-addressed envelopes provided and drop it in the mail or take the survey online. And of course, confidentiality is kept. We don't know who. I know there's 52 of you. I just don't know who you are, and nobody ever will. So the timeline, January is the first report has just been published, which I'll show you a little bit snippet of the results. The survey will be mailed to the residents and participating communities by February 15th, so we've received them. And then you return it, you complete and return them by March 15th. From April to November, ongoing resident communication through emails mostly, and January, the second of the annual reports will be published and distributed. So this is the results from 2018. Now, I'm gonna get fancy here. You're gonna have to follow me with that video. Just saying.
Thanks for the heads.
Yeah, you're welcome. I like to walk around. So the results from this, which I find the most interesting, is for the most part, how can you see this? Oh, turn that one on. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's a little better. Oh, yay. Okay. So what's interesting with this is that what it's saying is these lines that say Dallas, those are the 52 of you who participate in it. And it's compared against everybody else that's in this survey, so the 5,000+ people. For the most part, people at Dallas are pretty in line with everything, but there's two things that stand out to me. The first one is the physical, where it's saying these blue parts are you're somewhat or greatly reduced in that area of health. This peach color, or I'll call it peach. We'll call it peach. Is kind of stayed the same, and then down here the gold is it's improved. And what this is asking you, if you look at the top, it says the question was, how has moving into this community affected each of the following aspects of your health? So again, we're kind of in line until you get down here to physical. And you can see 22% of the respondents at Dallas Retirement Village said their physical health has somewhat or greatly reduced. That's a big concern to me, being the director of life enrichment. The other thing that stuck out to me was the intellectual down here. Now, it's not so much that it's decreased, but that in the general population, there was 57% that said it's gotten better. But in Dallas, only 43% it's improved. So that concerns me too, that you're not feeling that your intellectual health is improved by being here, even though a large percentage said in the general community that it has. So let's go. Oh, wait, before you go. Almost. So this also, when I'm doing programming for you guys, and when my team's coming up with ideas, we take this kind of stuff into consideration. This is really important information for us to know. The other way we know what's going on is remember the vases last month? We put the little fuzz balls in the vases to get your ideas. Okay, so the number one result for that was walking tours. So that fits right into this physical health part. Everybody thinking the physical health is declined moving into a facility, but you guys are interested in physical health. You want more walking tours. So that's super important. And number two was educational classes, workshops, and lectures. You want to learn. You want the education. You want your intellectual health to be better. So even though you think it isn't better, you do want it to be better. So this, again, is super important information for me and my team when we're planning for you guys. You want to be healthier physically, and you want to be healthier intellectually. So what that does, it helps us come up with plans for you guys. And coming up next month, we have some plans that kind of fit this. And just in case you're wondering, number 3 of the vases was wine tours. So just saying, that's going to be a pretty easy breezy, we're going to make that happen. But these first 2, we have some plans that are going to be coming up. So pay close attention as we get into later March. We're going to have a whole program that's going to focus on these, on intellectual health and on physical health. And again, if you want to be part of that study, the Age Wealth study, please get a packet from us, because again, this is why this stuff's so important, is because it helps us plan for you guys so that you're getting out of this community what you want to live a healthy life. How's that? I rolled that all up together nicely, didn't I? Without noisemakers or anything. Okay, so that's it. And also, just 2 more things really quick. Thank you, Tammy. She's like, oh, forget. If you are interested in delving more into the study results, we'll probably be getting together one evening in early March to really go maybe a roundtable discussion on the survey results in detail. And also, if you want a copy of the survey results, we can get that to you as well. And there's an interest sheet and an email sign-up sheet in the back when you leave today if you are interested in that. The more information we have, the better we all are. Okay, who's next? Any questions on that, really? I mean, no questions, but I'm just saying. It's kind of good stuff, actually. Okay. If I click it in, it goes better, just saying.
Good afternoon. I have to check my calendar to make sure I have the date right, but the next Sunday brunch will be the 24th, Sunday the 24th. We'll have March posted pretty soon, but mainly what I wanted to remind everybody about today is that tomorrow, being Valentine's Day, we have a special dinner planned here in the Timber Grill, and it's reservations only, please. We planned a really special menu, and because of the products that we've brought in for this, we're really counting on reservations for it. And Bert is getting kind of nervous because she has about 50, I think, reservations. And she wants to make sure that everybody understands that, you know, if you come and expect to eat in the Timber Grill tomorrow between 4 and closing, that it's reservations only. So if you're not sure whether or not you've made reservations and you want to dine here, she's standing ready after we're done here, and she has her list. Otherwise, if you have no interest in this special dinner, the Fireside Commons is open for regular hours and regular menu tomorrow. And that's all I have. So we have some goodies to give away. We tried to get in here to do some door prizes, and we tried to mark chairs, but you are way too fast. Thank you. Chairs didn't get set up very early today, so what we did was wrote down by row and seat, and I promise you we did this before we came in, so the system is not rigged. We did not know who was going to sit in that seat. So first of all, for our first door prize, is it today anyone's birthday today? Any birthday? No? Gotta be here to win. All right, then we'll move on to the chairs. So, Shannon, we have the 4th row back and the 5th on each side, 5th seat from the aisle. So 4th row back, and then number 5 from the aisle on each side. And so what we're giving away is one of our brand new Central Blend logo. We have some new logo beverage ware that we just got in, and it's a hot and cold tumbler, can be used both ways. And Bert is going to be giving away some more in the near future, and then they'll be for sale also in the Central Blend. And then 6th row, 2nd from aisle. 6th row, 2nd from aisle. All right. Short and sweet.
Yeah, it's good to be back. So I took a little hiatus and became much more empathic about knee surgery for some of you that have been out there. So back at the board meeting, I was talking to Mary Grace, who's our administrator of the health center, and she had indicated that they are working on, they may have already done it, or they're right in the final stages of working with Hope Orthopedic in Salem. Some of you may be familiar with them. they are beginning to do, and if you've had any kind of procedure, you'll know that they like to sometimes bring you in early. And so one of the things that we're going to be their community of choice, where they would be able to do pre-rehab. So before the surgery, they start to kind of go through some exercise and things like that. So obviously the faster you're able to recover, the better for you as well. So that's something that's kind of new and we're excited about. Is anyone here have Kaiser insurance? So do you all know now that we have a contract at the health center for Kaiser? So I think over the last year or so, we have been doing, because for a long time Kaiser just did not expand their locations, and so for many years, and with your help, we've had to appeal each time to Kaiser, and they've had to write specific contract for that stay, which of course is not very efficient. And I think at some point they realized there were so many different contracts that were signed, and they said, well, maybe we should just go ahead and get a contract signed. So that's great news, and I think it certainly has been a positive impact for the community, and I know it would be a positive impact for you if you need that care. So we're happy to have that. A couple other things, just everyone, I think you all probably have heard about the grocery outlet opening tomorrow. Now I don't know, I'm not sure what the crowd size is going to be tomorrow, but I understand they're giving away some things for the first 200, so it could be very, very crowded there, just saying. We have a ramp, but I don't believe at this point we have handrails. And so there's as you go down the ramp on the south side of that, there's about a 4-foot drop into a bed of nails. Well, maybe not nails. There could be a few nails there. But we think, and I think it might be best that we don't use the ramp, and I don't think they can even legally use the ramp without the handrails there. So I am sorry if that handrail is not there by tomorrow, but it is in the works. And we also will be putting in a gate with access with your card or so forth, so you can come through, but all the criminals can't. So, or kids in the neighborhood that want to make a shortcut. So, not that kids are criminals, but that's something that we're working on. So tomorrow, if you want to go down there, and I don't know if we have any plans to take a trip or whatever, but anyway, it's going to be a busy day down there tomorrow, and so if you want to mix with a lot of people, might be a good place to go.
Where is that?
The ramp is if you know where the lodge, and there's the garages, there's the separate garages there, directly to the right of those garages, there's a ramp right there by the trash can area and in the car wash area. So. And the gate is not there now, so. Oh, there's an opening, yeah. So no, they opened it up. We just have not put in yet kind of the secured gate for it. So the fence is there. Did I say gate? I don't know. Anyway, fence is there, but not in that one section. So yeah, it's we'll be able to go through, and we can use it with the handrail, but we will be working to secure that. So. I think Larry talked about some of the other projects that we have going, and he talked about the roof up in the health center. That was one of the things I think, and so that's, as you just look up the hill, you can see that there. They were out there yesterday in the pouring rain, so they're wrapping that up, and that will be great because we were having some severe leaks in there, and that's not a good thing. The siding is all done in the assisted living, so that's been great. I don't know, have everyone, or if you haven't been over to the village apartment, to the in the hallway areas there where we're doing some remodeling, if you haven't seen the new lights there, I was very pleased when I saw how well they look, and I think it's got to be. I'm not sure if it's twice as bright there, but it's substantially brighter, and they really look nice there, and it's making that area very, I think, very clean looking and presentable. So the one thing we're still working on is that I think I'm not sure if someone miscalculated or they couldn't get the stock in there, but there's the rail, the baseboard, we're missing, it seems like about half of it right now. So that was on order, and as soon as we get it, that will be put down. So as all of you know, we have a second phase for the remodel, and that's going to be in the dining room area and also in the kind of the lobby areas. That has been delayed a little bit because we are working with some residents about some of our programming, and we're kind of doing a little bit of change to our programming that we had planned. That has an impact on kind of how the dining room is going to get set up. So we're still excited and moving forward with it. We just have to wait until we get back to the architects. Anytime you make any changes there, it has to go through all the different steps again, and so we're trying to do that. So, okay. A couple other things. Yes, I forgot about that. By the way, you'll notice that, and I don't know if it was mentioned, but Danny Kay, not the Danny Kay you think of. She is our Assistant Director of Nurses and was going to be here today to talk about infection control, a very timely topic. But they're having some issues in the health center that she's needed to be there for today, so she apologized that she couldn't be here, but we'll get her down here hopefully for the next meeting. We also have some handout for everyone, so if we could have, I think we have several people doing that. And this is kind of another question that we want, asking about this meeting and about what things that you like, what things that you'd like to see different. And there's a couple really good ones on there, so hopefully everyone picks the, you'll notice it when you see it there. So our hope is, do we have pencils also that we were, okay, if people don't have pencils, if we have any, we can. All right. Our goal is, if possible, for us to get this back. It will take literally probably 30 seconds or a minute to do, and our goal is if you could kind of hand that in at the end of the session, that would be very helpful to us. So the more input we have, it just makes us be able to understand kind of what your desires are and what you want. So I'm going to actually give you just a minute to kind of do some of that.
Can you sing the Love Boat while we wait? I was thinking.
If you can, that would be great. Yeah, once you leave and take them with you, the percentage of those that get back here may be a little shorter. So we're hoping to encourage. You need. Are the people that need a pen or pencil? You don't have any paper. That's my fault. It was supposed to be handed out when I first started talking. And then you would have all gotten out there. So we'll get you. Are we missing some paper? Lori, do we have it? Are we out? Okay. So got a couple more here, and we may have to. Yeah, we've got a row there. So. Oh yeah, I kind of brushed over that, didn't I? In fact, I was excited because I could have been in that program for the health center for Hope Orthopedics. So I missed it, but I had knee surgery, a partial knee replacement. So I won't ask for a show of hands, but I think there may be just one or two out there that have gone that route. So for those of us that don't have perfect knees, we have to.
I'm taking the done ones. You have the
Well, when it comes to surgery, I do everything in twos. Everything in twos. So 2 nose surgeries, 2 Achilles tendon surgeries, 2 knee surgeries, 2 back surgeries. So I'm really worried there. If I have one more, I'm going to have to do 2. So I went to Hope, yeah. All right. Maybe while we're doing that, I could get, I want to ask a personal question. Do we have any newlyweds here who have been married less than 5 years? No hands? Wow, okay. Less than 10 years. Less than 70 years. Okay, nothing less than 10 years, right? Anybody in the teens? Men, if you don't remember this, you're in a lot of trouble, so you better be counting. I guess ladies too. Okay, wow, okay, so no one 10 years, no one 15 years, less than 20 years? What? Oh, 20 years. No, really way. 25 years. Less than 25 years. Okay, and now we got a couple hands, and now we're going to have to work that down a little bit. So, how many years? 26. Well, that doesn't count. But we'll come back to you. And 21 years. Anybody less than 21 years? All right. So, Ken, you're going to thank me for this, or maybe Ann will, just in case you forgot. There you go. All right. Now, who has been married the longest? Anyone married more than 50 years? Okay, we're definitely going to have to do some work on that one. 60 years. About the same. 70 years. Wow. Between 60 and 70. 69. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have to be married with spouse has to be with you. So sorry about that, but 69 years. 68, 67, 67, anybody else? 67? 67 years, there you go. I think that's the highest, so. Well, happy Valentine's to everyone. And for those of you that got some chocolates, they don't have enough to share with everybody, but you're certainly welcome to ask. So. Thank you, and I think Tanya is last up. So.
Anybody has a survey, go ahead and I don't think we'll
Hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. I didn't bring chocolates, but my boss did. That's pretty awesome. So since last town hall, we haven't had any new neighbors to bring to you today, so things have been a little slow. Maybe the snow, maybe the rain. Nothing.
Well, there could be that
We
too.
are working on 2 apartments in the village, but they're spoken for, and our wait lists continue to grow. So we appreciate your referrals and your friends that all want to come and experience Dallas Retirement Village. So thank you. Last month, we gave you a problem to solve on what is it, and nobody guessed it right. We thought we'd give you one last stab at it. Raise your hand if you have an idea. That would be inappropriate, Jay. He said it was a peephole in a door. That's not the answer. I tease him because I can. Mary Jo? She asked if it was a dinner plate. It is not.
I think it's a light inside an elevator.
You are correct. Good job. I wasn't sure it was going to work out. I actually had somebody swing by my office today with a guest, so sorry, I've had a really froggy throat for the last 30 days. Thank you for playing along. So we have the next one for you. So we'll let you ponder this. You can enjoy some snacks, and we'll see you next month. Hopefully we'll have some new neighbors to bring to you at that time. Happy Valentine's Day.